That's true. What about the other key issues for the mature voter versus the general population? I mean, the economy is important for everyone, security is important for everyone, but where does the 65-plus voter differ greatly from the general population, other than health care?
Well, health care is a big difference. Social Security is an issue that is more significant, and there is a huge gap in perceptions on Social Security between seniors and younger voters. And it's not just the question of protecting benefits for existing retirees. Most seniors believe that Social Security is a good deal for today's workers. Most younger adults do not, and especially among those under 30. Another area where we see a difference, there is less intensity about the jobs issues. Again, mainly because people in their 30s are anxious to get their careers started, and people who are seniors are at a different point in their lifestyle. There is a different type of concern about the overall economy, and what we see in terms of seniors and their own personal finances is more stability in their perception of the economic trend. Partly because, again, however well you prepared you are financially as you head into retirement, that is something that can't be changed as easily when you're in your 60s. But when you're a younger adult, you're also having your opinion changed by the things you see in the workplace around you. There is nothing that affects a younger adult's perception of the economy more than whether their company is laying people off or hiring people.
Well, that's having been there, I understand what you're saying, and what you said is totally the case with our audience, because we've written about it and heard from seniors about the concerns they have with I can't go back and make it again.
Right.
And my 401k or my savings and the value of my home, all these things add up to the lack of stability. As you started out feeling pretty good, and after a few years, they're not feeling so good.
Right, and one part of it, I think it's really important. Well, we can talk about the differences, and certainly there are different dynamics at different times of your life, but some of the things are the same concerns, just expressed in different ways. Only half of homeowners in America today believe their home is worth more than their mortgage. And, of course, as you just mentioned, 401ks aren't worth as much as they were a couple of years ago. For a lot of people, they felt they played by the rules all their life. They bought a house because that's what we were all told to do. You pay your mortgage on time and you watch the equity grow. You put money aside from your paycheck and you 401k and you prepare for your retirement. In the last couple of years, a large number of people have come to feel that somebody changed the rules in midstream and really hurt people who had done what they thought was the right thing all along. For a younger adult in today's world, that experience makes them cynical about how they're going to plan going forward, but they feel they have time to recover. For people who are a little bit more mature, they don't feel they have that recovery time, and it's a frightening aspect of it.
You hit that nail right on the head. One other question before we talk about your book, and that is with the boomers turning 65 next year, they'll at the rate of about 1 every 10 seconds, and that'll be happening through 2030. How will this affect the makeup, as your research is suggesting, on the entire new senior voter and consumer?
Well, the very first thing you have to realize is that someone who turns 65 today was 10 years old when the Social Security Act was passed into law. They were a child, but aware of the New Deal era and all the turmoil that went with that. As a new generation comes in and you start talking about people who are born in the 1940s and beyond, they don't have the New Deal experience, and that is going to give them a fundamentally different perspective of the political environment. They have grown up in an era where they've never known anything like the Depression. My grandparents, shared with me stories of living through that, and I could feel the fear that they had from the Depression era. and I could feel their frustration that I just didn't get it.
Right.
And we are now going to have a group of new seniors who don't get it because we didn't go through it.
So they won't be as